So Nintendo has announced a new Fire Emblem for Nintendo Switch 2. And we know that it's a sequel or prequel to Fire Emblem Three Houses. But I believe it's not what you think it is. This was a very exciting announcement. I actually predicted it. I did not predict it to be a sequel or to have anything to do with Three Houses, but I did predict a new Fire Emblem being announced because that was like the only series that didn't have anything on Switch 2 that was popular, and here we go. Fire Emblem. And the main reason I predicted it was because of the Fire Emblem Awakening OST was recently released on Nintendo Music, so that was also a sign, obviously. And while it kind of blew my mind when I saw a grown-up Sothis at the end confirming this is related to Three Houses, and of course the relics, right, the legendary weapons, everybody and their mother is trying to theorize about, sequel, prequel. I think it's a sequel. But today, I'm going to talk about what I think the main goal of the game is, the main plot. And of course, I don't know the story details, besides what they told us. But in Three Houses, that game was all about separation. That game was about friends, students, right? Everybody, living in peace and harmony together, just training, And then disaster hits and everybody has to separate. And you choose, as the player, which direction you want to go, And once you choose, you choose pretty early, but your choice matters in that the story of the game changes, You're on a different side or whatever the fuck. So that's what Three Houses is about. It's about choice and it's about separation. This game, and they tell us this in the title itself, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. What does weave mean? Weave means things coming together. And we see that the main focus of this game are these four characters. There are four central characters, and they are all protagonists because they all have the storage option in the menu. So clearly these guys are main characters, and there might not even be a player character in this game, which I actually would like because they haven't done that in a while. As long as I can still marry characters, please. Let me marry some characters. I love that. I love shipping everybody together. It's one of the things I love most about Awakening and Fates. But yeah, it does not seem to be a player character. I mean, there could be still, but it does not seem to have any player character in it. So we got the four main characters. Three of them look awesome, and then one is some fucking annoying basic anime boy, who has some secret power with this eye in his hand or whatever the fuck. He's kind of annoying, but he's probably like the main guy, Well, I think they're all main guys. So you got these four characters, each having their own story. But what brings them to the same place are these things called the heroic games. Now, I don't know, the point apparently is to get your wish granted by the Divine Sovereign, which is the guy with the green hair and the pointy ears, just like Rhea, that fucking bitch. So I already don't trust this motherfucker, but maybe he's a nice one. And clearly he could turn into a dragon, I'm sure. So might have to fight that at some point. But yes, weaving together, and you have the four characters. So to me, instead, because people are like, oh, they're gonna be four routes you can go this time in the game. I personally feel that there are gonna be 0 routes. I think we're gonna be playing each character's story, and their fates and their fortunes, right? Because fortune, is another word for fate. It could be used that way, right? Are going to be weaving together into one story. So you got the 4 separate stories coming together into one, because weaving is different things coming together to create something, right? And I think it's very smart of them to put that in the title. Like, that's the title for a reason, you know. This game is not about choice. Now, yes, there might be some major decisions in the game that you make, and for each person, you know, there might be some major decisions. I think that would be cool if, like, like you choose to kill somebody or you choose to let them live, and it greatly impacts the story. Like Layla, the girl, the sexy girl with the who could summon the beast or turns into the beast or something. I don't know if she's a shapeshifter or whatever, but she's hot. Oh man, calm down. Like maybe you can choose. Like her whole thing is that she hates a man so much that she just wants to do more than murder him, right? So perhaps for her, you can choose whether to kill him or not, you know? So I think if there's gonna be choice, it's gonna be choices like that. But I don't believe we're gonna be choosing a route. Like this looks very purposeful. The title, the gameplay, the game itself, like everything just looks very purposeful. It seems like we're just gonna be experiencing 4 different stories, and eventually they're gonna come together, and maybe like there'll be like the epilogue or whatever the fuck, like the finale of the game. Like everyone's together, fighting whatever they gotta fight. To me, that's what Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is going for. And I could be wrong, obviously. I could be wrong. They could be like, oh, we did three houses before, 3 main routes. Let's do 4 this time. And it's just like I don't know. That just sounds so dumb to me. Like I don't think they're gonna do that. Why would they do the same thing again? That would mean they did the same thing like 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row, because Fates was choice driven that way, right? And then the 3 houses was super choice driven, and then Engage, we don't count that. Get that. I'm gonna pretend that game didn't happen. Besides Louis, Louis the best. And then what? Now we're gonna go to 4 choices? Like I think that's dumb. I think it's definitely designed to tell us that these 4 people, they are the main characters, and they are gonna be weaving together. Hopefully not too much, though. I wouldn't mind. Okay, calm down. But and then Sophis, I don't know. I have no clue what Sophis has to do with all this. Maybe she's in. Clearly it must be like Bylif's. Bylif's like reincarnation or something. Maybe that's the dude. Maybe that's the anime boy. The annoying anime boy right there. Yeah, he's on the screen when I said that. I just have the trailer in the background here, so I'm not even gonna go into Sophis or anything like that, because I don't I know it's been a while since I played 3 houses. I know some of the lore, I don't know all of it, and I never beat the Blue Lines route, so I only played Crimson and Claude's route, Golden, whatever. I'm never doing the church route, fuck that. But I'll do the Blue Line route, because you gotta choose Edelgard each time. How can I not choose my girl? Come on. And I personally think that Edelgard's route is the route, but I'm going off topic. This is what happens when I don't have notes written down. But I was thinking, and I'm like, yeah, no, there's no way this is a choice-driven story. Like, yes, perhaps there are major decisions that you make as the player for these characters, but it's all about these characters, And I'm very interested in what the Heroic Games really is. Is it a competition? Are they trying? Yeah, I guess it's a competition. I mean, we never really had that before. I mean, I'm guessing this is going to be a competition turned war. Like a competition turned into a war, or something. Because each one of these characters are from different lands. They have different flags behind their portraits. So they are from different places, different backgrounds, different everything, and different goals, different ambitions, but they're gonna be weaving together because of these Heroic Games. And I find that very interesting. Like, it's gonna be similar to like in Shadows of Valentia, where you got Alm's route, you got Celica's route, and I know some other games do that as well in the Fire Emblem series, but that's the most recent one I could think of. So I think, and honestly, I think that's really interesting. It's different. It's not the same shit, you know. I like that because that's the thing, right? Like, you don't want to fall into the trap where just because your one choice game did really fucking well and was really good, you don't want to make all your games like that, you know? You gotta try different shit still. So, I'm glad that they're going this route. I want to see what's going on with this story. And that's the thing, like, from this trailer, I think this game is gonna be really good. It looks really big and really good. When I first saw Engage, for example, I was very mixed because I'm like, oh, why is there a gimmick? Why? And I played the game and then I fucking hated it. You know, I enjoyed it for a little bit in the beginning, and then towards the middle of the game, it just got real fucked up. It got real bad. The writing was terrible. The story was terrible. I like some of the characters, like the new characters were nice, and the music was fucking amazing in Engage. But it's not about that. But Engage sucked, bottom line, and I didn't even beat that. This though, I'm already excited. From the Roman architecture, you know, to the way the story I think is gonna go. They got some new classes in here, like a chariot. That's fucking awesome. Like what? I want a chariot unit. I better be able to have one. The characters look so fucking cool besides the stupid anime boy. Like, whoo. Theodora, Leda, Dietrich. Though Dietrich just looks like a vampire, but you know. I think this is gonna be a real good game. I just have that feeling. It gives me that sense, you know. I'm getting those tingles. Like I got the tingles that they were gonna announce Fire Emblem game. I'm getting the tingles. And I'm just really excited. I just can't wait to see more of this game. It's probably gonna come out June, July, I would say. You know, I don't think it's gonna come out late. It's not gonna come out early. Probably June, July. Maybe May, but probably June, July. So all you people out there thinking that this is gonna be like 3 houses, except now it's 4 houses. Now it's a foursome. No, I believe that is not the route they are going. They are definitely just gonna be 4 different stories that we enjoy. Now, I don't know. I have no clue if they're gonna make it like it's separate, you know, you choose, or it's like, you know, Alm and Celica where you just switch from one to the other. I don't think there's gonna be like a title screen where like you choose which story do you want to play, like in Sonic Adventure, you know, you choose Sonic or Tails or Amy. I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think it's gonna be more just, you know, you start the game and you start off probably on the anime boy, the annoying anime boy's route, and then you do that prologue, right? And then you do the prologue for each one or something, or the prologue is the same for all of them. I don't know. Yeah, because maybe there's a prologue where like they're all in the same place and then they separate. You know, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe though. That might be the case because the heroic games, you know, everyone's probably together at the beginning. I would think. Because there's a lot of scenes in here where, like, you see a battle and the main characters are in the battle. Like, there's multiple main characters in the same battlefield. That might be the case where, like, they are together in the beginning and then the games maybe span across the whole, like, continent or something. And they separate, do their thing, and then they come back together, you know? I don't know. But something is weaving. I believe something real cool is gonna be created here. I just have that feeling. I think this is a game I'm gonna really love. And I missed this because Engage was so disappointing. Engage was so disappointing, and I've been wanting a new Fire Emblem, and oh yes! It came sooner than I thought, and I knew it was, because Engage was just a test game for their new engine and whatever the hell. So let me know, if you come across this video, let me know. What do you think the direction of this game is gonna go? I hope I said everything I wanted to say. But we'll never know, shall we? We will never know if I said everything, but I am excited to weave some fortune. That's for sure. I wonder what... you know what? Maybe they all get a fortune cookie. And, like, it's like... says... like, for example, like, Leda or Theodora's say... you will meet a very handsome, very kind, sweet, loving, sexy man named Vineoville Games.